I just saw Kyle Seeley's video of his games room. Well, I saw it the other day as a way of a reply to a thread on the Gamebox, and I felt inspired to kind of to offer my quick tour of my games room as well, as a kind of like a contrast to his, because his is obviously beautiful layout, nice big space, nicely beautifully arranged and wonderful collection and so forth. I've got a different situation. So this is actually the spare room in our apartment, and this is a fold-out bed. So this it's a bit messy at the moment because I got stuff out because I'm doing some DIY, but hence the ladder and so forth. So that bed normally comes out and when we have guests, and obviously this room's closed to me there, which means like a year ago I had a nice big game of I've got the name, the Empires in Apocalypse series set up. That was when my game table was here. It had to come down. I haven't managed to get it back up yet. I've still got photos of it, so I can redo that at some point, which I thoroughly aim to do. But anyway, yeah, so things changed. This came out of our main room because we got a new sofa, and it came into here, which meant I had to move my gaming table to here, because that is like 1/2 centimetre with a metal frame, too big to go in there. This used to be the bed of the games of the guest room. It was like a bed, a fold-out bed stroke sofa effort. And what I did was I turned the base on its side. So I don't know if you can see that that would have been the end of the bed. It was on rollers, it slid out. So I turned it on its side. This was open end because it had a wire frame sort of hold it together. So this was at the back. That's now a base for me to rest my gaming table on, because otherwise before I had this small little desk which is a few inches low, which is kind of better for gaming, but it's it's sort of 3 foot hanging off on either end, so it's better to get nicely supported like this. And also I just found that I can move this in and out. Whoops, it slides. I can't really do it very well with one hand. So I do have a bit of trouble normally in the fact that these units here create an overhang. So normally my gaming table is slid right in to the back, like or less like that, which creates here a huge shadow, and it's hard to light it. I've got two lights here, but if you direct them down like that, you obviously get tons of glare off perspex. So I tend to sort of hold them up like this. You get reflective, diffuse light, but it's still not very much, and it is a problem because before that obviously gave a lot of light onto that space here, so it was wonderful for recording videos. Now it's a bit problematic, but since I've just discovered that I can move this out, that's fine. So now, oops. So mine's it's a bit of a kind of like a workbench, my gaming area, because I like a lot of print and play stuff. So this is from Marshall Enterprises. This is a World War II game. I think it's called the Second World War. I've got some miniatures, games downloads, to try out the rule systems, which I can set up on this table, or else we've got a nice big kitchen table. I've done a few there. I've done 1 or 2 videos of that, I think. They may not have been printed. But so that's kind of like my gaming space. Here's my tripod at present. I had one that stood on the floor, but it broke. Now to my gaming storage. One nice thing that I just found is that I can, in between the original desk that I had and the bottom of this support, I can slide in a game. So there's a game there, Panzer Battles, laid out in storage to play. I've just finished playing Operation Weserübung. That's my latest videos. But so here's my kind of like main games shelf, and up there Italian games. I'm living here in near Rome in Italy. then I have commanded, these pictures are all mine, so it's also a room for painting in. Then I commanded this area, so you've got games in here. These are, sorry about the light, I should maybe turn lights on. This is all stuff for miniatures, so I don't have any miniatures, but I have cardboard counters as substitute miniatures, but I still have things to simulate hills and so forth. So that there's more games in there, more games in there. Then moving over, we have in this cupboard, this is my kind of like baggies and lots of stuff for like print and play construction. And here we've got magazine games and print and play games filed away. So let's just get some more lighting. So we've got Colonial to World War One, Ancients, American Civil War, Medieval Renaissance, sci-fi, fantasy, and then that's a sort of modern war thing. And we got World War Two there. Here's my old school tactical print and play and Hello Kitty file. Up there we got Ace of Aces and the like. Empty files ready for print and play type stuff. At the back there's some old computer games which I never really use, and old map boards for ASL, old style. There's the fantasy trip, that old thing that's saved over. Somewhere I collected one or two bits saved over from my youth. And up there more magazine games, print and play. And at the back is my beloved Empires of Apocalypse collection. Some boxes not containing their covers, not holding their covers. Here's some of my squad leader stuff. Many of my games, I've got a bigger collection than I'm showing you here, but most of it's still in the UK. So this is some of my squad leader stuff. You see it goes further back. Magazines. Here's solo games that I brought over here. And then this cupboard here contains counters for the magazine games and the print and play stuff. So as you see, I've put the rules in these boxes and the counters packed away down there. Here I've got the board for MBS's Marengo, because I'm playing that on Vassal at the moment, and I've just been preparing my opening moves as the Austrian. Here, just to show you one of my nice little finds. This is an old book, Alitalia route map. So it's found this in a second-hand shop. So this is the old Alitalia Airlines route maps. Essentially, you've got these poly pockets. So I just sort of slit them open, and then I could put game maps inside them. And this is brilliant because essentially when you have miniature mini game maps, this is for Richard Bird's Chicken of the Sea from Counterfeits magazine, they're already perspex covered, so you can play straight away. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on for me. Here's a collection of, I just done videos on Shaco. Oh, I'm running out of battery, so this might suddenly drop. Yeah, I got this, just bought that. That's a miniatures rule set off the Ganesha Games website, PDFs again. So these are miniatures rule sets. Down here, I think I've run out of light because we're running out of battery. Hang on, plugged in. So I'm showing you under the gaming table. This is I've got, you can't see it, I'm sorry, but you can see basically boxes. I've got naval games in there, Battle Lines of Stalingrad campaign and boxes there, card games in here, more assorted kind of like Euro games and miniatures preparation stuff there. So that's what I store under my table. Boxes marked DIY game bits. Yeah, so that is my gaming space. Hope you like the little look. There's Storm Over On. I'm supposed to be playing that on Vassal, but my opponent seems to have disappeared. I don't know what else to say or to show you. I guess that's it. This is my latest acquisition, little birthday present for myself. The idea to play with it with my son. That's a cardboard or polystyrene kit. And I'm just wondering what to play next on the table. So there's nothing laid out there at the moment. Though I think it's going to be a game of this. This is H&S Games Ostfront print and play game. So I've printed out some of the stuff. I need to mount the counters. It's interesting. I'm a bit disappointed because it's not what I thought it might be, but it does look interesting. It's essentially a squad-based game based on the old Patton's Best. So you have your hex sheet. You can either have this one, which is for snow, or there's a green terrain one, and your units come on in the middle. They can move around, but they basically come on in the middle, and then the enemy kind of AI comes on around that, and you have these for recording various gain states and so forth. So it's going to be very interesting, because the Patton's Best. What I'm digressing, aren't I? I'm supposed to be showing you the games room. Well, there it is. Ta-ra for now.